Who's scruffy looking?
What is up, my fellow nerds and gangsters? Welcome back to the Spiffy Nerd Herder channel. I am Danny. And to start off today, we're going to announce the winner for the contest yesterday. And if you didn't join us, it is a poster from Vader, signed by me with a personalized message. I know you all want it.
Oh, yes.
And the winner from yesterday is J. Michael Miller.
Mr. J!
So, Mr. J, shoot me an email and we'll make it happen. And if you do want to win again, today we're having another contest. Simply like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment below on what you would like the personalized message to be. Just remember to keep it PG, all right?
Oh, you think?
So today we are going to be talking about a question that a lot of you guys have been asking me.
This is where the fun begins.
Did you get all of your shots for Vader? Well, the simple answer is yes. You don't see any black holes in the middle of the film, so we must have. All right, fine. I'll give you more of a detailed answer. Well, yes, we did get all of the shots we needed to tell Vader's story. We did not get all of the shots we had planned.
What?
But that's not a problem with proper planning, and let's talk about why.
Why?
All directors have wish list shots that they go into knowing full well that they may have to cut at the end of their day. So they're not going to be depending on these wish list shots to tell their story in the end because they will have already gotten it in other coverage. So let's go on order for a few of these wish list shots that we didn't end up getting for the opening fight scene. Setup 1, a sweet overhead of the fight. This originally was going to have snap zooms and really add to the wall of troopers overwhelming Vader, but alas, it was not to be. We only had 4 clone troopers. And it would have just taken way too long to set up and get. So, it got the axe. Now again, the choices to cut these shots occurred on set, based on the time constraints that we had in the moment. We had already planned how to get the shots, so that wasn't the issue. But we knew if we did get them, that would mean that we may not get 2 or even 3 other setups. So, the decision to cut them was fairly simple.
Liar!
Setup 2, a close-up of Vader's foot getting pushed back during the lightning lightsaber fight to show the immense power that Vader was pushing against. This was actually one of the first shots to get cut, and we meant to get it in pickups when we got the fist shot. But we decided to cut it again, since we felt it wouldn't add anything to the fight, and we would already have a ground-cracking shot with the fist, and that one actually contributed to Vader's emotion and his story, so it would have been redundant to have the foot shot cracking the ground as well. Setup 3, an overhead of Palpatine being pulled to Vader's outstretched hand as dead clones surround him. It was cut because of time, and we opted to do a much simpler shot to show this moment. So how do you decide what to cut? Well, director always needs to ask himself the simple question of what do I need to tell my story? In this case, what do I need to tell Vader's story? In this instance, we just needed Palpatine getting sucked into Vader's hand. That was it. But a bonus for you guys. You don't only just cut shots, but you can also create shots in the edit that were never even gotten on set. For instance, once Vader had Palpatine, I really wanted to punch up the moment. So we created Vader's close-up and added the reflection in his eyes. You'll never see this shot the same way again, guys. I'm sorry. Setup 4, a wide shot of all the destruction around Vader with bodies everywhere. This shot was ultimately cut simply because the clones didn't want to lie down in the armor for fear of damaging him. So we moved the camera in. That's low-budget filmmaking. What did we need to tell Vader's story? That was always the question. So it was, what was cool versus, don't be a fool, get the freaking shot you need to tell your story.
You got a edit button on that thing?
It'll cost you.
One thing that I've had to learn is that the audience doesn't care how long it took to set up a shot. They don't care typically about cool shots, especially if you don't have shots to tell the rest of your story. You can spend all day getting one shot, but then if you don't get the rest of your scene, you don't have a movie. In the end, you need a movie. So always keep that in mind. What do you need to tell your story? Setup 5, a side angle of Padme and Vader. Ultimately came down to time, so we opted to skip it and cover the scene with our over-the-shoulder angles to get more of their faces. Profile shots are fantastic and convey a wide variety of emotions in a certain moment, but they don't show eyes, and sometimes that's totally cool. But for this scene, having the tight eye line was to be strong in the Force. What do I need to tell Vader's story? Beyond that, truly nothing else matters, because that's the most important thing. Your shots don't exist to be shots. Your shots exist to tell, in this case, Vader's story. And if they are all contributing to that, that's when you got something potentially magical.
You're a wizard, Harry.
So don't forget about the poster giveaway. Like, subscribe, and comment below what you'd like your personalized message to be. And until then, guys, just stay spiffy. And don't do anything I wouldn't do twice.